Hi, lovelies. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. I am doing quite well and I'm loving the far we are coming. Thank you so much for the support you've shown and, of course, even for engaging with me, whether personally or even here. I'm so happy for the progress we're making. I want to delve right into the video today because, guys, today is going to be something else. I want to pour out my heart to the ladies because I'm a woman and trust you me, this is a topic that is near and dear to my heart because it's something that I'm also working on, and I believe I can share something with you guys. At the same time, we can learn together. This is not everything. As always, I'm not the whole some full circle source of knowledge in this place. I just give you what I have because we all have something to give. You're always allowed to, of course, talk to us in the comment section. And more than that, to reach out, we can do this together, even on this platform. So you're very welcome. So today I want to talk about mastering softness and embracing your feminine self. This is very important for the women out there because it will help you even in your becoming as a woman, as probably a wife one day, a girlfriend, in your relationships, a mother. This is just embracing godly femininity that will help you become a balanced woman. And in the noise of nowadays, I mean, men are becoming women and women are becoming something else. Guys, let me remind you, this is what feminine energy, as God desires, is in our lives. Again, I'm excited about this today. So let's go straight into this. What is femininity? Even for the men, by the way, you guys, before I even begin, this is very important to you because it helps you understand what you are actually expecting from women. And some of the times you can even, or rather most of the time, you can even help somebody out there, your girlfriend, your sister, your wife, and anyone else. And this will help both of us. So you're not wrong, because I know there are always these men who find themselves in women activities, and it's okay. You're very welcome. So, what is femininity? Femininity is basically embracing the aspects of the female nature. I don't want to be very complicated. It's just you being feminine, and I want to define them with these 5 specific qualities that, for me, I summarized it from so many other definitions into this 5 practical ones. The first one, emotions. Women are emotional, and that is our nature, and we know it. And because it's going to be one of the things we'll discuss in terms of embracing our feminine self, I don't want to discuss so much about it at this point. The second one is our nurturing spirit. Women are built to nurture, and that is part of being a feminine person. You have to build and actually, the truth is, I've not actually said you are becoming feminine. I've said embrace. It's already inside you, but sometimes we rarely actually uh, tap into these things. So I want you guys to tap into that part of yourself intentionally and bloom better and shine. That's what I'm looking for today. So the other thing is talked of emotions, nurturing. We have grace. There's a certain level of grace, and in fact, that is why grace is a lady's name. There's a level of grace that sustains womanhood, and it just comes with someone being a woman, even for families, for children, for everything you do. There's just something towards feminine that is very graceful. The other two, I've mentioned them together, is warmth and intuition, because these ones are very feminine. There's a warmth we have, a welcoming nature, homemakers. There's just this warmth that women come with wherever they are. And sometimes I hear that is why you usually see women. Women have activities day in, day out, but men, I was asking another guy, this is just for laughs, why do you not even have activities? I was saying, now, how is our world? Very boring. In fact, where we are going, there are no women. And I was like, well, we light up their world a lot. Anyway, in fact, even God just realized that in this world, for Adam, it's just too boring, and brought about how his woman. Wow. So the other one is intuition. We've always known women to have that sixth sense, maybe even seventh. So you guys, intuition is part of femininity. That is part of what we can embrace. So the softness is just being calm, kind, and warm. That nature of just being able to be welcoming, to be able to be just calm and soft. That also helps to improve your feminine self. So these are things that I'm also learning, and of course I'm learning actively because, especially firsthand in marriage, So now expressing so many of these things here, and even in the workplace, sometimes wherever you work or you interact with people, you realize as you become better in these aspects, then you even thrive in your in nature, because femininity is not being weak, is not being stepped on, it's not just talking. Because I talk about calmness, not just about talking down on yourself, being stepped upon. I mean, you're a doormat, come step on me as much as you want. No. Femininity is just being soft but firm. Firm in who you are, in the purpose you have. I am here talking about this because we have feminism. For me, I'm talking about femininity. I don't want to feminism for me looks like arousing your rather, feminism for me looks like tapping into your masculine energy, because we do have that part, we still have testosterone. But at the end of the day, can we bring the balance where we can do things with firmness but still remain as soft and calm as we should be as women, because we are made different for a purpose. Men are men for a purpose. We are women for a purpose. We should not be competing. We are actually supposed to be completing one another. So femininity should not make you feel like you're weak. You're very strong as a woman. I mean, why am I competing with a man and a man can't even bear a child? Oh my goodness. We are so unique in our own ways. Embrace yourself as a woman, even in whatever capacity. Please know that you are very invaluable. So don't compete with anyone. So, yeah, femininity is complementary to masculinity. The other thing is, I want to say femininity is not wearing dresses, painting your nails, putting on jewelry, all sorts of those things. I mean, it's not loving pink. Well, I have all those things I've mentioned here. Wearing a dress, I'm in pink. Apparently, I had to be in pink today. Oh God! And then what I'm saying is this: those just enhance you, and we will probably talk about it in a few. But femininity is a nature. It is a spirit. It is a grace that you, an aura that you express from within more than it is how you look. Because you can look so good, but the energy you're giving is something else. So that is what I want you to focus on, the person you are from the inside and what you exude to the outside. Otherwise, you can enhance your femininity through all these other things. So let's get straight into the things that make us feminine. As mentioned earlier, one of the things that helps you become better in femininity is understanding to embrace your emotional part, your emotions, but learn to control them. Embrace yourself as an emotional being. As human, as ladies and as women, that was purposeful. When God put emotions in us more than logic compared to men. You know, men are more logical than emotional. For us, we are more emotional than logic. Nobody should dispense that fact in your life. Sometimes it is hard for even yourself, even ourselves to manage, and maybe men find it awkward. But at the end of the day, it is a blessing. It is what helps you nurture. It is what helps you have the empathy, the warmth, and bring the aura that makes the home even feel like a home. So emotions are a part of a human and are a part of a woman. Don't deny that. Don't suppress them. Express them. Express them in the best way possible. The only thing that I would say that even I myself is learning to do to date is learning to control them. Controlling our emotions, I mean, for both genders is one of the hardest things. But at the end of the day, know what triggers you and learn how to walk slowly through events. And in the process, as you unravel, you realize that you don't have to act on every kind of emotion that you have. Take your time, sit down, breathe, and sometimes take 10 seconds before you even count literally up to 10, 15 seconds. And you realize the emotions go down and you're able to even think better. Remember, whatever you act upon because it's emotional is not justifiable. If somebody murdered somebody else today, we've had cases of homicide because a lover has murdered somebody, you realize they still end up being sentenced to prison. Yes, this person is not a murderer, but they acted on their emotions, probably stabbed somebody 40 times. I mean, that was just anger and expressive, not expressed emotions. So at the end of the day, your emotions have consequences. Learn to control them. All emotions are very valid. but they are not necessary. They're not all true. Don't act on every emotion. As much as they're valid, they're not all worth it and worth pursuing. Number two, so you guys have talked about calmness, and this is one aspect that I want to actually expound on. Find your inner peace as a woman, because we've all heard men say we want peace, we want peace. Everyone wants peace, and we even as women we want peace. But at the end of the day, there is something about being calm that enhances your femininity. So being calm is just finding stability, finding that foundation where you can just be able to withstand the winds of life, because life can be very chaotic. This is what I mean. Do not react to every and any situation. Preserve your energy for the right things and the right people. You don't have to talk back at anyone and everyone just because you're driving across the road. You can imagine talking at everyone, including the motorcyclists, the one who drives and decides to just come. I mean, you can't be reacting of out of every situation. In the office, everyone is saying this, doing this. You'll be so drained. You need to preserve your energy for the right people. At the end of the day, in this world where we are being told we have to defend ourselves, not every battle is worth fighting. Choose your battles. You will learn to just stand firm for specific reasons and when you know somebody is really crossing the red line. But as long as they're outside your scope, please ignore them and live life on. So learn to be calm even in situations where things are so chaotic, and preserve your energy for the right things. But when you go home, your children can even receive you well. Your friends can even have a good time with you because you're not so drained. So in regards to this, of course, as I'm saying, life is very chaotic. Have places where you can actually let out. Pray, meditate, talk to friends, talk to your partner, talk to someone. At the end of the day, don't bottle up all these emotions, because some of the times you really have really bad experiences and days outside here. But at the end of the day, just learn to be calm. There's just an aspect of calmness and finding your inner peace that embraces the feminine side of who you are. Number three, get rid of rushing energy. For you to actually be calm, as we have talked about in the second point, you just need to be a person who prepares well. Plan your days. One thing I'm learning is don't wait for things to start for you to now begin moving. Now step aside, wake up earlier, put your day in order, and direct every step you need to take, and then now walk into your day. The problem is we wake up the latest we possibly can, then get into activities haphazardly. So if you know you have a very busy day, just wake up one earlier than you usually do. You wake up at 5 a.m. And you know tomorrow it's probably overwhelming compared to other days. Wake up 1 hour earlier. No one is saying you cannot wake up at 3 a.m. You can. Have your devotion, talk to yourself, plan yourself, and you'll have even better days, very, very fulfilling, very, very, productive. So don't have rushing energy all the time. If you're going for a meeting, don't be the one who's rushing in 1 minute before people settle down and trying to find your space. If you're probably going somewhere to even moderate something, arrive hours before and ensure that at the end of the day, you are very settled and very calm, because if you're always rushing, I mean, how can you even be calm? So prepare yourself well, plan yourself in advance, and avoid a lot of rushing energy. Number four, this one is a hard one. Minding your tone and watching your volume. Some of us, we have projective voices. We talk, and before we notice, we are our volume is increasing bit by bit. But again, I've realized at the end of the day, that's what I'm talking about, embracing and intentionality. Especially for those in romantic relationships, you realize men don't take aggressive tones quite, friendly. But at the same time, you can't change your voice for someone. You just need to find a way where your tone settles in calmly but firmly, to be able to express your point as you need to. But at the end of the day, be able to have a conversation that doesn't look like you are aggressively pressing on something, and most importantly, really shouting. Shouting is not something that is good for any gender. It's good to just maintain a calm voice and a good tone in whatever conversation you have. Just make sure you are not suppressing yourself. Please pick up whenever you need to. I repeat, I'm not saying speak slowly. Speak with a low voice or a low tone. Speak with an audible tone, a firm tone, but you can, of course, have a tone that varies and helps bring the warmth and calmness. So number 5, your aura. Your aura, I mentioned about aura as we were beginning, and this is basically your energy, your feminine energy, and how can you actually improve how you are as a person. Even this is just basically the warmth and the welcoming nature you have. That is what differentiates you from a man as a woman. You can improve your aura just by smiling. I mean, smiling is something that just welcomes people. Even though you're not a smiler, okay, you can train yourself to, but as you get there, just take your time. Maybe go to the bathroom and smile a bit. You can even try it now. Just smile, smile. And you realize your face relaxes. The moment you do that and go back to the public space, it is very easy to actually be able to have a relaxed face. But if you possibly can smile warmly, listen attentively, be very active in the listening, nod your head, show empathy, in fact, ask questions, and sometimes it helps with the person who is talking. So this is just ways you can actually improve your aura, especially as a woman. Apart from that, your posture. Don't be so downtrodden that all the time your shoulders are down low. You're always, okay, thank you. Your head is always tilted, something like that. Sometimes the postures are not even quite thought of, but please set your shoulders high, your chin up, and place your hands in the rightest place and speak with confidence because you are a woman and you're a woman of virtue. So make sure at the end of the day, whatever you do physically is able to represent the aura you have because you can have a very good aura but not quite looking as welcoming as you need to. So work on that. So number 6, be receptive. We are built to receive. By the women, please, we are built more to receive, and we have actually reversed this. We give more than we receive. Well, we are naturals. We have to bring the balance. At the end of the day, don't suppress your receptive nature. As you give, allow others to fill your cup, and don't feel the need to always return every favor you are given. Please receive. Allow people to even compliment you and just say thank you. You don't have to say, oh, if somebody comes and says, oh, your dress is beautiful. Oh, it was just 1,000 shillings, not even that expensive. Oh, I didn't even think. Oh, you're even good. Receive compliments confidently and say thank you. Thank you so much. You don't always have to give reasons for whatever you've done. You don't always have to feel guilty for being given. Please receive and receive wholeheartedly. Allow people to fill your cup. And especially in a relationship setup, if you are married and if you're even looking forward to marriage and you're in a relationship, allow your men to give in terms of especially knowledge. Men love to be solution providers, direction givers. Please allow them to give and to give life to you. At the end of the day, you might know so much and sometimes even more than them. So please, 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 even in an area where you feel like you're so blessed, let them give. And you don't even have to tell them you know about everything in that area. Just receive and receive and receive and even say thank you for that, even if you knew it. So be receptive. It helps, it brings about that community more when you can actually just sit down, listen, and just say thank you. Because men are just people who talk and talk about solutions because they're made to lead, they're made to provide, they have to, have that masculine kind of energy. And the last one, the 7th one, of course, I know there's so many, but these are the ones that have been actively in my life and in my mind, and I felt it's good I share with you guys. So this is on the last one, we're going to talk about embrace your feminine appearance. I said earlier on that appearance is not everything, but it of course enhances your feminine nature. I'm not saying you have to put on dresses all the time. In fact, for those who even know me, personally, I do a lot of trousers. And yes, I still do dresses. But at the end of the day, find what fits you best and helps you exude the right kind of energy that comes from within. Don't force yourself into something. We all have different body types. Please look for what fits you best. I'm not so good, rather, I'm not the best at fashion. Probably one day we can have that discussion. But all I know is know your body type, and know what fits you best and reveals how you look better. The colors, the shapes, and all those sort of things. Please do your research. Everything is at our disposal nowadays. So don't just be dressing for the sake. Go out there looking the best you need to look like, because it will also help you in other aspects. Some of these things we have limited ourselves just because we don't know how to express ourselves in the best ways possible. So please look for what works for you. Improve your appearance in the best way you want to, and you need to, and you have to. Remember, hygiene also matters most. I realize not all women are actually very keen on hygiene. Please, uh, apart from just taking a shower, make sure you're smelling nice. Have your gloss with you to avoid a lot of lip breakage. Please put your deodorant on. I mean, sometimes you even need to refill within the day because this January and February has been heat, and if need be, even bathe more than twice. If it's too hot, sometimes it even demands that you bathe thrice. So please just observe yourself and don't walk in oblivion of who you are at that particular, or rather, how your body is at a particular moment. So this is a ladies talk. Maybe in a physical setup we can talk deeper, even your private wear and everything, those things matter. Please ensure you have them changed over time and don't overstay with some of these things. So please watch your hygiene, watch how you look. For those of us who are not so into makeup, we can still learn that, but at the end of the day, don't overdo things that you know are not so naturally you. We said femininity is more who you are from the inside than you are on the outside. But as a lady, people see you before they even speak to you. Even Adam, I mean, before he even encountered Eve, he just saw him and said, wow. So that is just being a woman. Enhance how you look. Just be keen on who you need to be. Don't live life without being, mindful of that. Otherwise, ladies, I hope we can share more. And of course, we have a community. Just ask girls if you want to join us. Please talk to me in the comment section, and I will, of course, be able to reach out to you. Otherwise, it was a very good discussion today. I hope we can all dive in. Please add on to what I have said. I believe there's so much we can learn from each other, but I am praying that you can be able to exude your feminine nature. One verse that I want to end with comes from the book of First Peter chapter 3, from verse 3 to around 6. The whole chapter actually talks to women, and then at some point marriage. But this particular verse that talks about, verse 3, that talks about, do not just adorn yourselves with jewelry and good looks and all those sort of things, but can you build inside a quiet and calm spirit? Ladies, there is nothing that will make you stand out more than being having a spirit that is calm. That is what God has even described in His Word. So, ladies, I am challenging you today. Look deep and ask yourself, have you been embracing what God has placed inside of you? Have you been actively living to be the best version of a woman that God has created you? Because womanhood, I mean, is a great blessing. Whatever we bring to the table is a lot, even before we bring money. But at the end of the day, we have to still do all these sort of things that bring forth a balanced woman and a balanced life. Otherwise, I wish you all the best in becoming a better woman, a better sister, a better wife, a better girlfriend, a better mother, and a better woman in general.